Welcome back, friends, to Max Q, My Cybertruck Journey. Our friends at Hansshow sent us out a package that I can't wait to get opened up for you. But today we have a special treat, and we're going to be opening up this Hansshow set of running boards for our Cybertruck. And also, we might even spend a little time to look at this little plastic camera cover that a friend of mine made for me on his 3D printer to go on the back of my Cybertruck to cover the Hansshow rear view mirror camera. What a really cool piece of work that he's done with some plans that were sent to me over the internet from some of our viewers. And I think this is going to really look great on the back of our Cybertruck. So let me get some knives and some scissors out so I can cut these straps off, and let's take a look inside this box and look at these Hansshow running boards. See you back in a few. Alrighty, we got the 4 straps cut loose and the top just lifted right off. Right away we see there's a box mark with an R and a box mark with an F, and then on each side we have 2 long, smaller boxes, which I presume are the running boards. So I think I'm going to go ahead and lift out this one with the L on it. This is probably going to be our hardware for the left side of the truck. And this one should be the hardware for the right side of the truck. And then left in between are the actual running boards. They're a little heavier to lift. But there you go. We've got 2 running boards and 2 hardware boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out the rest of this cardboard material, and then we're going to open these up and take a look inside. I want to take a look at the running boards first. Let me lay these over so we have a little more visibility. You can see there was a little bit of damage on the boxes and shipping, but most of the parts I believe are pretty rugged, so I don't expect a lot of damage. I've cut the tape here, and so the first thing I want to look at is I want to look at this running board, because I think there's some things on here that your Cybertruck owners out there are really going to love. And I can already see it. I don't know if you can see it through this plastic. See if I get this plastic off here. But one of the first things that I wanted and liked about the Hansshow running boards is this little pattern that they have cut into them. It's going to take a little while to get this plastic off. These things are about 50 pounds a piece. Now, folks, I want to show you a cool part about these running boards. Look at the little cutouts on there. We have little Cybertrucks cut out on there. So those are going to look really cool getting in and out of the Cybertruck with the little Cybertruck emblems on the running boards. So let me get these other ones opened up, then let's take a look at the parts that come with it. Okay, friends, let's get one of the hardware boxes opened up. Now it looks like the hardware boxes, even though they were in the middle, seem to have suffered a lot of damage. So it might be that there's loose parts floating around. In this particular box, I know one of the end caps is busted loose. But let's go ahead and flip this flap open and open it up and take a look at the hardware that we have with the running boards here. So it looks like we have 4 brackets, and they are labeled. This one is labeled with an L1, so an arrow pointing towards the front of the vehicle. So that'll be very, very helpful. And we'll just go right down through all these packets. And it looks like there's about 2 bolts per running board. Here's L2. They're nice. The labeling is laser cut into the metal. So it's not like you're going to lose a label or something. You'll always know which side they go to. And this will be L4, and it's interesting, it's got the arrow going in both directions. And then we have the L3. Notice they're popped through the plastic, so they bounced around quite a bit in transportation because you see it tore through the plastic bags. And of course the boxes are beat up. That also is another indicator that there's no styrofoam or anything in the packing here, so these things have been going back and forth and hitting each other. But L3 is marked also with a bidirectional arrow. A-R-R-O-W. And okay, so 4 brackets, no bolts. Don't see any bolts, so I don't know if the bolts are integral to the vehicle, but there's the left side. So let's go ahead and get the right side opened up, see what it looks like on the right side. Let's see if there's any more parts here with the right side. Might be more parts here on the right side. Open this box on the end and then bring the parts to the middle. Oh yeah, a lot more parts here on the right side box. Again, all the parts are just in the box. You've seen the brackets. We're just going to set these out of the way for the time being because we're going to look at what's new here. We've got a package full of tools, some mounting hardware, some bolts, and some more bolts. So let's get this packaging hardware opened up. Alrighty, there's a QR code to take us to the website for additional instructions. It tells us a little bit about what tools we're going to need. Need a little impact driver and some 10 millimeter and 13 millimeter sockets. Gives us some instructions from underneath the car for what bolts we need to take loose. Gives us the layout and the placement of the bolts and the washers and how to mount those, and then how to actually mount the running boards to the brackets. Okay, so that should be great. Looks like it comes with an included 13 millimeter wrench, as well as an included 10 millimeter wrench. That's very nice and very handy for those of you that may not have socket sets. Also have a trim adjustment piece. I'm not sure where we would need those on running boards. Looks like we've got a set of spacers here. And some hardware packets here, and I'll go ahead and get those opened up and we can take a look at that real quick. These are the brackets that I believe these brackets are what mount to the running boards and hold the running boards to, I think they're going to mount something like this is going to be up against the truck, and then these will come up underneath and actually clamp the running board to the bracket. And these are a little bit longer bolts and washers. And we'll look at the instructions and figure out what those are for. So there you have it. There's the entire kit. Not a whole lot of parts. We're going to look at the instructions, and in the next video we'll talk a little bit about what pre-assembly we might want to do before we go to assemble these on our Cybertruck. Now I have to mention right here that my Cybertruck is currently at Tesla in the body shop. A couple of weeks after I got it, someone rear-ended me, and it took me about 3.5, 4 months to get an appointment to get it in the body shop. And now that it's in the body shop, they've identified a part that wasn't pre-ordered because there was some hidden damage. So it's going to be in the body shop another week. Very disappointed about that. I was really looking forward to getting these running boards on there and doing a video on the running boards and checking out how they might make getting in and out of the Cybertruck easier, getting in and out of the bed easier. but you're gonna have to wait to see that in part 2. But in part 1, we've got the Cyberboards, the Hansshow Running Boards here for the Cybertruck, and we're gonna get started putting them together. And looks like, and as you can tell, I'm very excited about getting these things because if you watched my things I like and dislike, this is one of the things that I disliked about the Cybertruck, not being able to step up and get in over the bed and getting into the cabin. I'm a pretty tall guy, I'm about 6'1", but it's a pretty good stretch for me to get into the driver's side even when it's on low. So I'm gonna start reading through the instructions, and we'll be back here in a minute, and I'll close out this unboxing video with a little bit of intel and insight on what these parts are for, and then you'll just have to wait till part 2 to see me actually install them on the Cybertruck. So we'll see you back in a few. Alrighty friends, we got all of our parts laid out. I've gone through the instructions. First thing I want to note about the instructions is some of their counts on their part list are wrong. It's as if they only originally had planned to have 3 of the mounting brackets, because in several of the parts they said there's 6 and then there's 12, and in reality it's going to be 8s and 16s. So just kind of run through the little parts here. As we talked about before, these little brackets were really what holds down the running board to the mount here. As you can see, this part of the mount is going to go up under the base of the Cybertruck. The running board is going to sit up here. This little piece is going to mount in the little channel on the running board, come down through here, and then you have some split rings. Lock washers is what I call them, but a lot of them call them split washers. They call them split spacers. So you'll put that little split spacer there and a nut on that, and that will hold the running board onto the bracket. I'm gonna look here real quick to see if they wanted to put one of these washers on there. These are regular flat washers. These are for M8 screws. There's 24 of these. So the 24 of these would account for, let's see, there would be 16 here, and then that would give you 8 extras in case you needed to go under the bed of the truck. So that's why there's 24. You will also have one of these on here, and this will go underneath the bed. This is the split washer is actually a lock washer, and that's what helps to keep the nuts from backing out. So you'll have 8 of these brackets, 2 sets of screws, 2 sets of flat washers. So you'll have 8, and then you'll have 16 flat washers, 16 split washers, and 16 nuts, just to hold the running boards on. Now, to hold the brackets onto the car, you've got 2 different sets of attachments. You've got a number 6 screw, which will actually work in conjunction with these spacers, and they'll go between the bed of the truck and the spacer, and you'll have one of these thicker flat washers and one of these thinner lock washers on here. So you'll start with the lock washer so that it locks against the head of the nut. Put your flat washer, which distributes your load. This passes through your bracket, and then this goes on the other bracket side to take up the space. And I'm not sure which one of these it goes on, but if it goes on this one and it goes on like that, then that will give you a nice flat mounting point against the base of the truck. You'll have to look and see, there's one of these screws goes into a hump or an area that drops down a little bit, and the other one doesn't. Now these small number 6 screws are pretty small relative to the size holes that are here in these brackets. So there's going to be plenty of room, so you shouldn't have any trouble getting these things to fit in there. There's plenty of tolerance in that approach. So sorry I don't have the Cybertruck here. I will hopefully have it back early next week. And next weekend, if the weather's good and permitting, we'll get these things installed. I don't think it'll take us too long to get them installed, probably 30, 45 minutes to get them installed. We've got all the parts, everything's counted out. We have a great idea of how it all goes together. So I think this should assemble pretty quickly. The only thing I've been thinking about is whether I mount the bracket first, then put the running board on, and that will make it easier and lighter to handle doing it that way. I thought that maybe I might attach the two center brackets to the running board, just do the two front and rear on the truck, put the running board on, then bolt the running board to the bracket, and then all I have to do is do the screws underneath into the truck here. So there's a couple of different techniques you can use to maybe help speed things up, let you work at a comfortable height, not have to lay on your back. But we'll see how that goes. Either way, it'll work. It's not going to be any requirements for one sequence or the other. But it looks like fairly straightforward assembly. Not a whole lot of parts here to look at. Like I said, just flat washer here, nut, wrench, nothing to it. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed our unboxing video today. I apologize that we're not able to go ahead and get these things installed on the Cybertruck, but if you come back next week, we'll have the video getting this thing installed. I'm really excited about this product from Hansshow. I think it's going to make getting in and out of my Cybertruck a lot easier. It's also going to let me reach in over the back, especially on those high sides to the bed, to get things in and out of the bed of the truck. So I'm really looking forward to getting these things on the Cybertruck and giving you a good video of it. So I hope you enjoy our video today, and I'm going to include an affiliate link. I'm waiting for their friends at Hansshow to send me an affiliate link and a product link for these running boards. And when I do, I'll go ahead and add that in the description below, and maybe even paste it in the video here with some of the video text when I do the editing. So you'll have that. So if you want to go out to their website and get these on order, you'll probably want to do that before Christmas. And I think we're all aware of the political situation in America, and there might be some changes in some of the taxes and tariffs. So it might behoove you to go ahead and buy them now. So thanks for watching. I'll come back for part 2.